Hey folks, how y'all doing? It's Rex here with Man Art Creations, back with another elk hunting video from a little bit from this past November. Got to go do a little elk hunting. We moved back down around Pagosa Springs in Colorado, Unit 78, where we hunt mostly, but 77, 771 are also on the tag. It's over the counter third season for bull elk, but I did draw a cow elk tag. I'd been putting in for elk points. It took me about 5 years, so 5 points. So sixth year I finally got a cow elk tag. Now this is self-guided, public land. There's a lot of hunters. It's no fancy guys, no fancy 900-yard shots, no outfitters. We just do it ourselves. We've been doing it since 1997. We're getting pretty good at it. But I'm here today, going through my hunt pack, getting this hunting season's pretty much over. So stuff like flashlight. You got to take all these batteries out before you put everything away for next year. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me with batteries leaking all over and ruining your gear. So while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and get this video up for you and let's check it out. Hope you like it. If you got any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. As you can see, man, we take a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of gear to camp out for a week in the mountains. We got vehicles, tents, stoves, food, four-wheelers. Holy cow. This is where we're staging.
Reproduce this when we come home. Remember? How did we pack that to get here?
We're going to get it all loaded up. And then I film it so I can know how to put it back when I get ready to come home. We got tents, tent poles underneath the Jeep. We got the Jeep full of stuff. Every available space. Carry water, cooking gear, chairs, tables. And then we got the night before. We traveled about 3/4 of the way to camp on the first day and spend the night in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and we got a ton of snow. And we're about 3.5 hours normally from where we're going to camp, but it took a little bit longer today because we had snow to deal with. But that's a good sign. The snow, for where we hunt, we needed snow to push them down because we're hunting in a migration corridor, so it worked out great for us. But here we are, home sweet home for the week. Had a little trouble getting in. Took a lot of four-wheel drive because it was a little muddy and soft, but we got her in. Got her all set up, ready to start our hunt. As you can see, got a little muddy getting in there, but and there's the inside of our cook tent. We eat good, plenty of food, plenty of adult beverages, as you can see in the bar area, snacks. We don't go hungry, we don't go thirsty. We have a good time. We tell a lot of stories. And we even had turkeys come visit us. This is right out the camp, side of camp, just outside the cook tent. It's a road that we can drive up to get to the camp right there, and the turkeys in it. So there's game. Plenty of turkeys. Not that we were hunting turkeys, but they were fun to watch. As you can see all the snow on the ground, which is good for us. We had elk coming by camp. And we're a day before the season. And we had elk come by camp. We could hear them talking at night. So we knew we were in for a pretty good hunt. We were East Texas fella like my dad. He's interested in squirrels because that's what they used to live on back in the Depression era. He's hunting. He was 91 years old this year and still up in the mountains hunting elk. But open in the morning, I had a spot picked out, but even though this is public land, it's bordered on two sides by private. A river on one side, right down in this bottom that I got to cross to get over into it. And it's over on that side there. Lots of ravines and hills and the elk like to funnel into there because it's about a mile walk to get into there. Most people don't want to do it. I rarely see anybody in here. Now I'm across the river, and it's a pack trail where the rancher comes in, check on his cows. But all these little side draws off of this main trail here. Only problem I had was it was dead still, a little bit of light snow flurries, no wind. And as you can hear, it's really crunchy in this snow. Snow's a couple days old now. Still a little bit of light flurries falling. And as you can see, all that noise I'm making, there are elk in here. But all I'm doing is pushing them around. They hear me coming. I can't sneak up on them. There's just no way. So I tried. I spent half a day in here trying to ease around best I could, but you can see all I'm doing is spooking them. They're moving out in a hurry ahead of me. But I'm working at it. Lots of sign. So I knew there was elk, and I did finally catch a glimpse of them. I caught a couple of cows moving through the trees. They didn't give me a shot because they had already seen or heard me and were moving on out. But I did see them, and you can see the tracks. And you can tell some of them have been there a while because they still got a little bit of fresh snow that's falling in them. But then you can see these others that there's no snow in them that are very recent. And these elk just keep, I can tell I'm pushing them. I'll keep hoping that they're going to loop back on me and make a mistake, and I try to go as quiet as I can, try different directions, but you can see as I get close, where I really jumped one here, he kicked up all kinds of dirt and mud, and he hightails it out of there. But you can tell this spot always has elk in it. Maybe not very many, but they like to funnel into here because most people don't want to walk back in here to get to them. And if they do, they can always jump over onto private land and be safe. So it's a good spot. Any place in public land, if you look hard enough and get on your maps, get on your Onyx hunt, get on your Go hunt, use the Colorado Hunting Atlas, you could find these spots. And I tell you, elk will find them and they will use them. It's just a matter of doing a little research beforehand and then doing a little walking around when you get there. As you can see, all I'm doing is pushing this elk here. He's hauling ass. He's in a big hurry. He's seen me, heard me, whatever. And at this point, I'm just wasting time and spooking him around. I finally decided, well, you know what? It's first day of the season. It's supposed to be 40s in the afternoon the rest of the week. So I know this snow is going to melt off later in the week. I'm just going to back out, leave him alone, and come back in later in the week. Here's one pissed in the trail, fairly recent. So I finally decided, and I'm headed out now. I'm dropping back down to the trail to get out. Come across a place where they were bedded down overnight. You see where they're laying, no snow on the ground, where their body heat thawed the snow out. Moral of the story, there's elk in here, but I can't sneak up on them. There's snow. It's too quiet, no wind. And rather than push them out, I'm going to back out. And if I need to, come back in later in the week. As it worked out, a couple of days later, I filled my cow tag and didn't need to go back in there, so nobody bothered them the rest of the season. But as you can see, there's a lot of places for elk to hide out here. And they can take a couple of jumps and be in the next ravine, and you never even know they were there. But as you can see, a couple of days later, lo and behold, snow's gone, melts off, beautiful sunshine, upper 40s in the afternoon, mid 20s at night. And then some of these hard hunters we got in our group taking advantage of the sunshine and I guess taking a break. What do you think? You never got a little bit of napping going on. Was home away from home, the cook tent, sleeping tent on the right, and our outdoor facilities. So we take care of that. Working on the backpacking tent in case you want to spike out one day. We got some areas that you have to walk into along the wilderness area. And then you can see the area we're hunting. A lot of meadows for it that the elk like to graze in. Tons of cover. River for water. Plenty of ponds too, so water's not an issue. Feed's not an issue. There are a lot of hunters though, so you do have to work with that. They even caught a hawk and a raven just doing a little dance over who's got the rights of the airways or something. The raven and the hawk, I guess they don't seem to like each other too much. Bluebird skies, full moon. So everything people would tell you would make bad hunting, full moon, bluebird skies, but the elk were there. The elk are always somewhere. They're where they are, and they ain't where they ain't, as they tell me. But we have a good time. Got some stuffed pork chops on the grill. We're gonna eat good.
He's graduated from master tater to master porker.
We have awesome time. No, we don't. Some of us are serious hunters. Some of us aren't. Some don't hunt at all. We're just all out, have a good time. We've been, like I said, been doing it since 1997. We've known each other. Most of these guys, we've known each other for 50 years or more. So there's Dad, 91 years old, still elk hunting. There's the group doing a little toast to the new president. Hanging out in the cook tent, getting ready to eat. And we have have a little bit of chicken fried steak, courtesy of last year's kill.
I love that movie. I think that's my most favorite movie of all time.
Well, like I said, we don't rough it too much. I'll get out and finally get serious now about trying to find me a cow elk. Opening morning, right across from camp out in the valley, there was, that I know of, 2 bulls were taken out by other hunters. So didn't bother me because I was hunting cow elk. Few of the guys in our camp had bull tags, but they didn't, as luck would have it, they'd see the cows or they didn't. But you see where the elk going through the fence, leaving a little hair on the fence, and lots of tracks. And this is maybe 300 yards behind camp. And we'd heard them at night. You could hear them talking to each other, cow calling. But sure enough, they've been moving through the timber behind camp. And you can always find new areas. Been hunting this place for 15 years or more, and some of this country back in here that I stumbled across, I'd never even hunted before. Didn't even know it was really out there. I could see it on the map, but I never really spent the time to check it out. So I took advantage of the time this year, found some new hunting territory, and some old hunting territory as well. And I actually got me a cow elk out of the deal. These elk have been moving through this timber. This timber was cut over about 6 or 8 years ago. Forest Service had them in here thinning. So there's a lot of undergrowth coming back. And you can see the elk been moving through since the snow melted and then cutting through the mud here. And making some pretty good trails, so I've seen them. I see their signs, and I hear them at night, so they know what they're here. It's just a matter of finding them. And I'll need a cow. I got a cow tag, so it took me 5 years to get it, and I want to fill it. And the reason I draw cow tags because, or try to draw a cow tag, this is over the counter area. It's not a trophy area, so you're most likely not going to kill a trophy bull. I don't need one anyway. I got a couple for the wall. So I'm hunting meat. And the cows eat better than the bulls anyway. And they used to be cheaper, but it's not anymore. Same price as a bull tag. So the savings isn't there anymore. But there's more cows than there are bulls, so you have a better chance of filling your tag if you got a cow tag. There's deer. Deer left some shit on the ground. And then finally, there they are. Found them. One afternoon, here they come. Cows, cow elk, and that's what I'm looking for. It's about time. This is only like the middle of the week, like the third day or fourth day. And I fill my tag, so I'm done. I got the rest of the week to do whatever I want. Nice cow. Good shape, lots of meat. She was fat, well fed. And she tastes good because I've already eaten some of her. You can see where I got them all quartered up, and there's what's left of the rib cage. I don't leave much behind for the coyotes. And then here, the rest of the week I'm spent guiding some of the other guys that had bull tags. We hiked up here on the mountain, kind of a secluded spot that nobody wants to walk back into. Had a lot of elk sign. But they didn't cooperate this afternoon while we were there. But as you can see, it's a lot of country over there. It's a lot of places for elk to hide. And there are a lot of elk in there. But boy, you gotta be looking for them. And it's work. Anybody says elk hunting's easy is lying to you. But it's a lot of fun. It's a heck of a lot of fun. We have a great time every year. Even when we don't kill anything, we have a good time. But it's not about killing. It's about the time. I'm getting to hunt with my dad, who's 91 years old. Sooner or later, that's going to come to an end. I'm going to enjoy every year I can while he's here. I've got friends who I've been known since I was 4 years old that we're hunting with here. And we're considerably more than 4 years old now. But you see beautiful country, great elk country. They got food, they got cover, they got water. And we got a great hunt. There's just thousands and thousands of acres out there. A lot of hunters too. It's got public land. There's some wilderness that we hunt that you have to walk into. But even there's hunters, outfitters with their horses. It's all right. The cow elk I killed this year, somebody else pushed her out to me. I was sitting, they'd taken me a stand, was sitting on the hillside like this. And they were out walking around, beating around in the woods, and pushed them out right by me. So sometimes those other hunters can work to your benefit if you know the trails they normally use, you know where the elk like to hang out. Just set yourself up and ambush them when they push them to you. And there's a mountain they call Square Top. If any of you are familiar with the Gosha Springs area, and that's south and east of Gosha just a little bit. There's South San Juan Wilderness, all those mountains across the way there. And there's the beautiful full moon. Another hunt coming to a close. Got the campfire going. Dinner's about ready in the cook tent. We'll be back out with a adult beverage hanging around the campfire in a little bit.